came right out of the corner there. Oh yeah! Beauty. This is going to be 1.25 pounds plus lobster, which should yield close to a pound, if not almost 1/3 of a pound of lobster meat, which is a very good amount for one serving of a lobster roll. All right. To make the salad, here are the ingredients. We did the celery and onion. We have the lobster meat. We have the lettuce. We have the mayonnaise, very critical, even though it's done in minimal amounts. Here we go, little minced onion. Just a little, enough to say that you have some in there. Nothing a lot. So to mince it, you just go with the grain, turn it over, go against the grain. You get this nice fine mince that won't even show up in the texture of the lobster meat. All that will be there will be that nice, sweet, pungent flavor that'll enhance the taste of the sandwich. And then we'll add about that much of. We don't want the chunks too big, but we like to put it on a little bit of a julienne so that it looks kind of nice in the salad. And that's probably going to be enough for one sandwich. You don't want to, actually that's a fair amount, but we can always add lobster meat to it if we need to. So that's, you're looking for flavor, you're looking for texture, and those. The celery will give it the texture for a nice little crunch, add to that nice texture of the lobster meat. Water is boiling, so let's submerge the lobster. And that will only take, it'll return to a boil in probably 3 or 4 minutes. Then we'll let them boil hard for another 2 or 3 minutes. My main man, Anthony, down at St. Anthony's Bakery in Exeter, provides us with these really nice rolls. So what we need to do here is just get one of those nice rolls and leave yourself a nice little pocket, okay? And actually, there's nothing better than a toasted roll, so I'm going to throw him in the little toaster oven and get him warmed up a little bit. So why don't we just lower the heat a little bit there, because that's actually one of the ways to tell the doneness of the lobster is once that frothy bubbly blows the lid off, that'll be the sign that the lobster is pretty close to being ready. Okay, let nice fresh red leaf, because that means that has nice color, nice contrast to the white bread. So we'll get a couple of nice pieces of that out. And lay that right into the roll itself. So a nice organic, fresh red leaf lettuce is always a nice way to start the roll. Lobster, second time for the boil over. We're gonna let that sit now. Okay, off. That's like 3/4 of the way cooked. Another couple minutes, be all the way done. The best way of taking a lobster out of the pot is to find a knife that has a little bit of a bend on it. So you don't need tongs, are all right, but I like just using a knife that just bring it right up underneath the tail, lift them out. Done. You ready? Nice and hot. Bring them over here. Chill them down just a little bit so I can get my hands on them. And I actually have an order for a lobster salad tomorrow. That's why I'm going to make. I'm going to add this lobster to that. Now, cracking a lobster, we probably Maybe we've done that. This time of year they've recently shed, say a month or 6 weeks ago, and they're starting to firm up. But it's not so hard that you need a lobster cracker. So let's do. You remove the claw from the body, the band. Give this, and then take the knuckle off, and then just wiggle the water out. The least water, the better. And I just put it on the corner, give it a little pop with your fist, and then open it up. There's some nice fresh lobster meat right there. And the knuckles are, like I say, this time of year things are relatively pliable. So let's do a tail. The tail is removed from the body with just a little twist like that, okay? And then you just kind of shake out the innards. And then to take it off, just take these fins off with a roll, squeeze, crack it, and then just open it up and pull her out. Okay, there's our nice fresh lobster meat there. So these things here, these fins actually have a little bit of morsel in there too, and they eventually will, if you have enough of them, they add up, so there's almost get a full bite out of it if you have enough of them. So why don't we do a few claws and knuckles, and we'll do a nice tail combo too, okay? Make a nice salad out of that. And what I do is, people want to see the lobster and they want to have the texture of it, and they want to have, the bigger the pieces, the more taste it kind of has. It has less chance to be buried in the other stuff. So what I do is I give it a nice coarse chop, like a small bite-sized amounts. There's no sense spending a lot of time on it, but that actually makes that's a nice chop right there. And from there, we'll drop it right into our celery and onion. And then to keep it, then we just add this moisture to it like that. And start with a very, very low amount so that you can kind of see where you're going. Once it's in there, once too much is in there, you can't get it out. But just a nice coating, just a little bit more. We'll just I'm going to try just a baby amount more. So that kind of, because we're going to put a little bit on the bread too. So there, you can see how it kind of coats it heavily. Now, seasoning is good. We have a secret one. Salt. Salt is good. Just a little bit of salt. But then I'm going to come up with if I can find that little creole thing. Well, 1 second, I know where it is. We have a creole season which involves a small amount of cayenne pepper into assorted seasonings, which also have salt and pepper in there too, probably. But that seems to be an ingredient that's quite important because it adds. People want to know. Oh, I can taste that. That's a little salty. It's got a little heat to it. That's kind of nice.
Smell it from here.
Again?
Yeah, a little bit.
So why don't we just put enough on so you just barely see it, because we already have the salt. That'll add just a little bit of pop. So you're trying, even though you want lobster, you want fullness, and you have to need salt, you need pepper, you need a little cayenne. So the next stage is you grab your roll, and I like to see that. Oh, piping hot. Oh boy, that's gonna be a goodie. Stand it up and get some. What I do is I put a little mayonnaise on each side, because in case you have wet lettuce, that'll make a little bit of a coating. So a little bit of mayonnaise on each side to protect the bread from getting wet and soggy if you need the bread. So we're just about there. Let's grab those nice fresh organic red leaf lettuce, guys. And I do happen to like a lot of lettuce, so stick one, make it kind of stick out right there so when the lobster meat gets in there, it's nice and bright and showy. Stick that right in there like that. Then Give it a good stir. Have it open. Lay it in there, jam it down so it won't fall out when they start biting on it. Fill it right up. There's our, starting to look kind of like a lobster roll now, isn't it? Have a nice big chunk over in that corner, nice and red. That, my friends, and a little, wouldn't hurt, just put a little salt on top, and then maybe just for color, one more baby sprinkle of that Creole, just so it has a little look of seasoning on there. That right there is a lobster roll from Fred Daley that we've heard that more than once that that's the best they've had.